Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have Enel versus Whitebeard today. Enel is actually one of Whitebeard's toughest matchups, but other than that, I think Whitebeard has a pretty good time in this current meta. So let's see if Chase is able to take down Lamb's Enel. Lamb starts off with the Flampe being able to draw one and rip one, and then Chase using his Nami to try to search for some cards here. I see a Rad Beam or a Sanji being able to get picked up, or sorry, guard point I mean, and he opts to take the guard point, swinging in 8 at leader. That connects. And then for Lamb's turn, he's probably going to take it slow. Yep, swinging in 9 at leader. I did see the Onami, but there's no way a 7k Onami is going to connect anyway, so he's just going to try to get as much counter out of Whitebeard's hand as possible. And now going into Whitebeard's 5 Dawn turn, I think his best play is just to develop as much as he can, just because Whitebeard is on a timer. One interesting thing though is that Whitebeard runs the no blocker Luffy's, and with Luffy on the board, if Enel runs the rush, the playable rush version, his effect actually gets negated, so he loses a lot of his value there. But Chase opts to play the Marco instead. I think this is a slight misplay here just because Marco isn't protected just yet. And yeah, he gets punished for that. Yeah, Marco needing to be, or your leader needing to be at 2 life in order for his effect to be active. Lamb is able to just pop him with Space Luffy there and get instant value. So going back to Chase's turn, with 7 Dawn available, it's probably just playing down another body. My guess is the Luffy, and he searches another Luffy. Yeah, and then he just plays down the Luffy here. Yeah, so he's doing a really good job not swinging into Enel early on. You don't want to give him too much cycle, just because when you do, he's able to pitch his dead counters for 2Ks or just big bodies in the late game. Leaving him at 2 is the perfect spot, honestly, but I do see that there is a Rush Enel on the in the Enel's hand, so playing that Luffy down deters him from playing down the Enel, since he won't be able to save him with the effect. So honestly, this play might be, yep, just drop down the Shirahoshi in order to filter for some more late game. The play might be to just ditch the Rush Enels, and he does, getting rid of the Gadatsu and Rush Enel, just because Gadatsu is not going to get any more value against Whitebeard, considering he rips his life every turn. And then swinging 6 at leader should get a counter out of Whitebeard's hand here. And it looks like he pitched a Marco in order to counter out. That's really tough. I think Marco is actually Whitebeard's answer to Enel, just because Enel doesn't like having a lot of swings coming his way. So Marco being super sticky means that Whitebeard has the power to swing in with multiple swings every turn. But dropping the 9-beard, that protects the Whitebeard from getting cracked down too hard this turn. I don't think he would get cracked down anyways. I personally would have played down another Luffy before dropping this 9-beard, just because next turn he can't crack in too heavily anyways. But It does look like the Enel player has a kata in hand. I think that playing the kata might have been slightly better here. Just because he's not in danger of dying anyways. He could have put the Shirahoshi back in his life. But Ace, obviously being a larger body, has his plus sides as well. So now it's really looking really tough for Whitebeard, just because I'm not sure if he's able to regain the tempo. And with Enel being at 3 life, that means that you're gonna have to connect at least 5 swings in order to threaten lethal here. So really good play here, dropping down the Kid and Killer and the another Luffy. I think this could have been done last turn here, right? So that with the 9-beard dropping down this turn, he could actually have really heavy swings the following turn. But, or the following swings wouldn't be so heavy since his leader would be pumped up to 8. But now, yeah, the Ace can swing in pretty heavy here. Just see what he has in hand. I know for sure that the Whitebeard has a guard point in hand, and with 1 Dawn up, not sure if Enel is gonna swing in too much here. So at this point in the game, it might be worth it to start swinging in, just because with no blockers on the Whitebeard side, it's really tough to survive 2 aces swinging in. Not sure if he has any more outs at this point, unless he has some more blockers. So starting off his turn, I think it might be worth it to just crack in with leader at least, get him down to 2 life, and then force the Enel to heal for the following turn. So Izo dropping down, trying to search for more answers here, and then getting a 2k to hand. And then luckily he gets the Marco down and swinging in 9 at lead. I can't imagine the Enel will counter this one out, because it's really tough. It looks like he has a lot of bricks in hand as well, so if he does counter this out, it's really good on him, or really good on the Whitebeard, because next turn he can crack in really heavy. But he actually opts to take it, getting a Bedge out of life and preventing Whitebeard from swinging in. Really good play from him. I think Whitebeard swinging in would have been really dangerous for the Enel player, because it guarantees that at most Enel will only have 2 life the following turn. And then swinging in with Kid and Killer just to get value out of him. So it looks like Whitebeard actually got a Radical Beam off of life here, which is really good on him to preemptively leave a Dawn up. So with Guard Point and Rad Beam, it seems like, yeah, he's able to counter out, still having a Rad Beam in hand. And Lamb almost misplayed there. He forgot that Marco was a blocker, almost swung in 20 with the ace. I think that would have been the green light for Whitebeard to end the game on his turn, but before he assigned the Dawn, he realized that Marco is a blocker. So I think here he's just deciding whether to Kata or Yambato. Definitely Kata is the right choice. Just because Whitebeard is on a timer, it's really tough for him to rush down the Enel. So Kata being able to heal is just huge for the Enel player. So swinging in 7 at the Kitten Killer. I think that should be a block from the Marco. Just because Marco next turn will only be a 5k swinger, but Kitten Killer will be a 7k swinger. But playing around the possibility of him having a Rushanel, really good heads up play there as well. So it looks like he drew the Marco off of the top of his life, or top of his deck. So honestly, too little too late. I think this matchup really depends on if Whitebeard sees enough of his Marcos and 9-drops. But only being able to stick one Marco on board is really tough here. So at this point, Whitebeard really has to just push for lethal here, otherwise he gets cracked back pretty hard next turn. And it doesn't look like he has too much to work with, so I do see a Monkey D Dragon in his hand, so that should be able to help him a little bit. But yes, with 3 life available, means he has to crack in 5 times in order to get lethal here. So at this point, he really has no more counters to work with, and looks like Enel is just able to counter out everything here. And with the Shirahoshi blocker, there was just no way that the Whitebeard could finish the game out here. So swinging in 2 8s, and then Enel healing. Next turn swinging in for 20, and that's that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.